action. Yeah, so last time we left off, you guys blew up a ship with a lot of innocent dwarves. Started a brawl with innocent dwarves, rather. I guess most of them survived. Blew up a ship, destroyed a dock, and killed some soldiers on the dock. Killed a general for the Dwarven Consul on the representative of the Dwarven Consul.
Which I'm sure there's no remaining evidence of, and we will never have repercussions for.
Yep. And yeah, exactly. And yeah, so the last thing that you did was you Taela took you to her bar, her home turf in Thessaria. I need to take better notes of my own stuff now.
I wrote it down.
I have it written down.
Yes, Thessaria.
Thessaria, perfect. To the Varelli, which is the bar, Iliope's bar, Elliope, probably Elliope. That's what I'm going with. It sounds better than Iliope. Yeah, and she welcomed Tim and Setalli in, and begrudgingly let the rest of you in. And so we open our campaign tonight with everyone here on some level. Oh, no, get the fucking cat out of here.
There's a cat?
That's me, sorry.
Yep. Oh, yes, and she was currently crushing Taela to death in her loving embrace. Yeah, so you guys are in the bar, and as you start to become accustomed to it, you start to notice that it's filled with women. Many, many women. And people wearing female clothing, at least. And yeah, so Elliope opens up, and she turns to Taela, and she sets you down. And she's like, "Well, tell me, what's happened, girl? What's happened? Why have you come back?"
Well, things have gotten a little out of hand. I don't know how much detail I should go into, but there may be people looking for us. They also might think we're dead, or might not know who we are to begin with. Shit's been crazy, yo.
And who is your lovely friend and the hired guards that you brought with you?
Well, the lady, I guess, is Setalli. The big one is Auvek. The one with the staff is Elaris, and the other one is Enialis.
Hi.
Sorry, you don't have a whole lot of distinguishing characteristics.
She's like, "Well, welcome. You and I can talk in the back later. Setalli, it's great to see you. The rest of you don't touch anything. Please."
I really like this place.
And yeah, so she's like, "Do you guys need rooms for the night? Do you need someplace to lay low for a while?"
That would be nice, yes.
All right, I'll have I should have come up with a name for this person beforehand. 1 second. I have to pull up a name generator because that's all I'm good for. Here's a really good one. Yes, here we go. Chevali. There we go. That's a good name. I'll have Chevali show you all to your rooms. And this very, very gorgeous woman with fiery red hair sort of bows demurely and winks at Taela, actually. And is like, "Follow me. I'll show you to your rooms." And so, hold on. Copy her before I forget. So. Okay, yeah, no, she's not a cop. She's not a fucking hell. How do I undo?
Control Z.
Down 8 VE in your channel. Anti-panic room timed out from S.
Neat. I thought he fixed that.
Go ahead and pause here until he returns.
Perfect. Alright, so basically she gestures, Chris, are you here? Are you alive?
Aye.
Okay. She gestures to the first room on the, I guess it'd be the right if you're coming up the stairs here. And she's like, this one's yours, Taela. The one down the hall, that one's Setalli's. And then this one to the right here is the rest of yours.
Okay.
Okay, so
The hospitality.
so picking which.
1 second. I will just manually put you there.
Awesome.
Okay, that's you guys' rooms for now.
It's gonna be some awesome bed sharing for you three.
Nice.
Yep, you do notice that the room only has one bed. Best of luck.
Well,
Anyway, she like giggles and then heads back downstairs. So, oh, look at that! She went downstairs. Where was that boop? Was that boop in the? 1 second.
Oops.
Anyway, the rest are all of you, I guess. What are your thoughts? What are you gonna like? It's night's coming. Plans.
I assume we're gonna just like meet with each other before.
Yes, I think we should probably discuss things. So I will head into
worst places.
the hot
Not
button
that.
room. You've been, yeah, I was gonna say, we've been in worse places just in the time we've known each other.
Yeah. I would also move my
just like
character over there if I could.
What? Oh, that's right. Since no. Why can't you?
I can only do it because I put my own character in, I think.
Yeah.
That happens every time.
Yeah. I'll just make my own.
All right, you guys move your own characters. No, that's not your room.
So this bench apparently.
Oh, look. That's not a bar, that's a wall. Yeah, so... Yes. Discuss.
Alright, so there's clearly a quirk or two to this place that I clearly knew and just didn't mention. So, sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah, we were in a rush. It's nice just to have a safe place regardless of.
Should I dress up as a woman?
It seems like it might not be a terrible idea.
Okay.
But,
Do you have women's clothing?
I mean, I'm sure I could find one.
I don't think you're gonna fit into mine. So... what's our plans here? Because I thought we were getting out of shit when we got here, and now it seems like the shit is piling up again.
Yeah, I mean, I think our plan should still be to leave this city as quickly as possible. Because the longer we stay here, the more likely it is that if we are being looked for, if any of the guards who are trying to question us survived, the longer we stay here, the more likely it is we'll be caught.
I like cities.
I mean, I'm not saying we should, like, leave cities permanently. I just think we should go to a different city. One that is like the capital
city.
They'll never expect it if we stay here, though.
There's that.
We could, I'm not saying we should, because I do see your point, but we could look to see if there are people looking for us.
Yeah, that would probably be a good place to start, I think gathering information in general would be a good place to start anyway, because I think it would be good to kind of figure out where we should be heading if we do decide to leave too. I'd also kind of like to do some shopping.
Yes, that is a good point.
I've given you guys no gold, and I completely forgot about that. Let me do some calculations here.
I mean,
Well, you guys got
some gold in the past. Okay.
I wasn't going to say anything. I think we have had one gold drop.
I feel like... No, whatever. Okay, so... I guess I can start by asking Calliope if she knows anything.
Probably best if, I mean, I'll go with you, but probably best if the guys, we're not with.
Sexist.
It's not. It's just the nature of things. I'm sorry.
If all y'all weren't pig-headed men who have been clearly repressing women for forever.
That's fair.
Feminism.
I have done some repression in my time.
Oh, God.
Does anyone else have any ideas for things to do or stuff? I feel like we should maybe try to stick together for at least a little bit longer, even if people aren't actively looking for us. I think we work pretty well together.
Yeah, I'm just happy running around doing whatever. Nothing to go back to. Besides that little merchant stall, but it's probably been looted by now.
I mean, we are at where I would want to run back to, so... Clearly, because this is clearly part of my extremely well-developed backstory and I know everything about it.
Your backstory is a living world, Tim, because this town didn't exist until 2 sessions ago.
No, I mean, personally, I like having it develop as we go, but it's just, it's interesting points.
Any input from these strong silent types of the group?
Oh,
yeah. I think the sooner we get out of here, the better.
Oh. I suppose that's fair.
What is there to do in this city? Do we, like, get a job?
I mean, I used to work here as a musician. I also may have done some less savory things on occasion. Possibly. I suppose I don't need to be too cautious about that because there may be people looking for me for much worse things now, so... Man, I thought I got in trouble when I was a criminal. Got shanghaied and a month later I'm murdering. Well, I didn't murder anybody. I just sit there and let it happen. Sorry, I'll stop breaking down now. What? So are we done discussing them?
It seems like it.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Goliath about us being fugitives or not.
Seems like a good idea.
Okay, so it's you and Setalli that are separating, right? The other three are staying here.
Yep.
But the party.
Yeah, what? 15 minutes? Clearly time.
I think it did take a while longer to do it last time because we spent like an hour planning our destruction of the ship.
It took us so long to get off of that boat, and I loved every minute of it.
Okay. Yeah, so two of you switch into a different room and I'll follow you.
Panic.
Tim left you switched to channel panic room on Esta.
I have a feeling that they're not going to be doing much exciting up there.
Stetson joined your channel panic room on
Hello,
Esta.
okay. I'm not sure how to separate the players, so you guys are gonna be downstairs. Everyone, yeah, okay.
I mean, they're not doing anything, so clearly you should just erase them from the world and put us there. I mean, I assume. Not right now, anyway. Who knows? What?
Drag your own character on there.
Nope, mine was still on there.
Josh.
Oh, that's right, because I did it. That's right, I knew that. But that makes sense.
Okay, yep.
Okay. So, does Goliath look like she's got a minute?
Yeah, she's just watching glasses behind the bar.
Okay.
Do the bartender thing.
Yes. So I will come up and talk to her. So, IP, got a minute?
Of course, always, sweetie. What's wrong?
Well, I don't really want to get you involved because it's some serious stuff, but I do need some help.
She reaches across the table and grabs both of your hands, and like her big, like not masculine, but like big, fucking bare hair hands.
Massive.
Yeah. And yeah,
It's like a really friendly Zarya.
and she's rubbing yours rather gently. Josh / Setalli. Yeah, and she's like, "I'm always here for you, girls. What's the problem?" By the way, the for her character, there's like a rumor that she's a half-orc. Tim, you know this already. I don't mind Josh hearing this because it's kind of minor, but like, yeah, she's big and burly and has short hair, and yeah, everyone's like, she's a half-orc, but she's actually very large.
Okay. Well, I think I mentioned earlier how we got shanghaied by what's the government called again? Empire Consulate.
The council. Well, so I mean, it was. Hold on.
Gran Loria
Gotta find
Army would probably be.
It's called the Expeditionary Force. I'm fairly certain, but I have to find my documents.
Okay. Yeah,
The
that
Lord.
works. I was thinking more generic, but that works.
The Gleph, the Gran Lorian Expeditionary Force.
Yes.
Gleph, I like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they took me and the others and a fair number of other people and shipped us off to the other continent. And well, we were there for a while, and then I don't think my character would know what a false rolling to get drunk. A false flag attack would be, but they staged an attack on the colony where we were and killed everyone. And we escaped, but we killed some pretty important officers while we did it. And then we may have blown up a ship in the harbor when we got here. And
I heard about that. Yes. It sounds like they've caught 2 dwarves who were responsible.
Oh
There's
God!
responsible at all. That's... Gosh. Dang it. Okay, do you know where they're being held?
Well, they're going to be held in the stockades for tonight, but tomorrow they're going to be on the gallows. Or the... whatever the gallows is for... It's still gallows, I assume, for like a guillotine.
I think they'd probably call it a guillotine. I don't know. Probably, I don't know.
Till the
Okay.
other being executed.
Well, that's not good, and that's kind of our fault. Okay, not kind of. That's pretty much entirely our fault.
Hold on. Josh, mute your sound for a second. I have to talk to Tim.
Okay.
Sound muted. Message sent. Sound resumed.
Come back to us!
I'm back.
She leans over the bar and whispers to you, and she's like, "Have you reached out to Cassandra yet?"
No, is she around?
Oh dear. She's still around. That's a long and complicated story. You may want to drink for this.
Oh god. Okay.
She slides down two very large glasses filled with what you can only assume is death. Make Constitution rolls.
Oh god.
This is probably my fault, isn't it?
I can't get drunk if we're doing a rescue tonight.
God.
Okay, where's my Constitution?
Okay, I'm gonna send this specifically to Gio.
Yeah. Well, it's okay, not bad.
Roll a dexterity check, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah, the earlier one I was really just hoping to mess with the other guys.
Josh, you feel a little bit swimmy. Tim, you happen to catch her. You happen to point behind her, and she turns around, and then you kind of throw the drink on the ground.
Jeez, you downed that all in one gulp?
Yeah, clearly.
That's my girl, and she pats you very hard on the shoulder.
I think I will drink part of it, because I'm probably gonna need some little booze for this. But yeah.
So you're a little bit tipsy from what you've had. But you don't drink so much that you're falling over. And yeah, so she turns and she says, "Well, as you know, she was part of the guild, and she says the guild very sort of secretly, and she turns to Setalli and she whispers, 'The Thieves Guild.' I just realized I covered my side of my mouth that's on the microphone." She whispers to Setalli, she's "The Thieves Guild."
I just give her a kind of knowing nod. As if I had not guessed that.
and she's like, "But there's been some problems lately within the guild, and it's splintered into fractions. And there's currently a pro and anti-council faction of the guild, and Cassandra is the leader of the anti-council guild right now."
Okay, thank God. She probably wouldn't help us after stuff. She was on the other side. Not that I'm surprised.
Unfortunately, they're all in hiding. because the Pro Council Guild has hired hitmen to take them out. So I'm not sure where she is.
Do you have any idea where I could look? It's been a while.
I can probably get one of my contacts in here tomorrow night.
The dwarves go to the guillotine tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you could, I'd appreciate it. But I think we have to make a plan tonight.
Okay. She nods knowingly, and then, yeah.
Shall we go share the wonderful news with the other?
Before we go, is there anywhere nearby where we can update our gear? We only came with basically what we had on us when we were shanghaied, and that was close to
I assume
month
I would know that.
Yes, yeah, you would be
Well,
familiar
I mean,
with
Yeah, I
the
was
traders in the slums.
Okay, fair enough.
So, yeah, there's a place I can do that.
Okay then.
Alright. Back to the other channel.
Yeah, I think Alliope, is that what we decided on?
Alliope?
Alliope. I think Alliope for the drink and the information, and head back up with Taela.
She winks at you and nods.
Okay.
As you're heading up, the Chevalier waves at Tim, and she's like, "Hello."
I wave back a little nervously.
Yes. Giggles, and yes. So you guys head back to the other channel. Go back to the other channel.
Tim left your channel and switched to anti-panic room on Esta. You switched to channel Stetson joined your channel anti-panic room on
Okay.
Esta.
So we're all back in the room, right?
Yes.
Okay, so good news, bad news time.
Oh?
The good news is they don't think we blew up the ship. The really bad news is they think Dig and Dug did. And they're going to be executed tomorrow. So
Well then.
I am going to try to rescue them, and I would very much appreciate the help. I believe, Setalli has already.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep. They did help us that one time.
They helped us several times, and we took advantage of them a little bit.
A lot, honestly.
I mean...
Okay.
Stop.
Let's go save them.
Okay.
At least do our very best.
Right. Alliope says that they're in the stockades. Now, I believe I know which plaza they would be in.
Mm-hmm.
So,
You also know that the stockades are a massive underground dwelling, where they essentially like a pit that is filled with guards and very scary criminals.
okay. Yes, I clearly knew that. Crap. Okay.
Yeah, that is definitely not what I was thinking. So that is
Which
good that you clarified.
actually makes more sense than what I was picturing stockade, given what the word stockade actually means.
I'm using
that was-
more prep.
No, that is what
reference now?
stockade actually means. I was thinking stocks, which is a different thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So stockade is what you described. So
Yeah.
Alright.
And what
You
you
guys discuss. I'm gonna go grab water because I'm vaping now and it's making me very thirsty.
I need to grab a snack and do some stuff at some point. But so there's a place nearby where we can gear up basically if we need to. Other than that, just they're in the stockades tonight. They're being executed tomorrow, so we don't have a whole lot of time to figure things out.
So
Tomorrow morning, like we have to go now.
Break into the stockades, organize a jailbreak, and start releasing all these bad people because they'll just fight their way out and cause chaos.
so our plan is to take our. So we started this out by sneaking onto a general's ship, and then to get out of that situation, we blew up the general's ship. And now to get out of the situation that we've created from that, we're planning on releasing a bunch of prisoners into the city. Is that what I'm hearing?
I think that should be plan B. I think if we can get in undetected, we should not release at least murderers and rapists and stuff on the city. But
Yeah.
you know, if it comes to that or dying, I suppose that would seem to be the lesser of, well,
How are we
it's
gonna
not the lesser of two evils,
cover
but I
it
don't want
up?
to die. So
Because we're gonna be
I don't.
probably more wanted after this.
Right.
think
I
we
really
are.
don't. Yeah, I don't think we can.
I
we're
think
just-
ideally, I think what we want to do is try and get them out without ourselves being noticed, because that way we can just stage it as those two broke out with some help. They go on the run on their own, and there's still no heat on us if we do it that way. If we can do this without getting caught, we're still in the clear, basically, because the suspects are still those two, and it's probably even more likely that they'll continue to be suspects because they just broke out of jail. So,
Of course, if we just
Very
kind of turn them loose, that's not great.
So
But I
I'm
suppose
just-
one thing at a time. That would probably be a good idea. Maybe we'll need to wait for Stetson to come back so that I can
I'm
get. Okay.
here.
And
Crap.
then
Well, I was gonna get a snack.
I can go pee. Go get a snack.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get some food.
so we have 4,500 more gold than we used to,
Holy shit.
right? So what does that do to your carry capacity?
It destroys it completely. Wait, is that each or across all? Or
That's apparently each.
No, just
Oh,
translate it into platinum or electrum or platinum
Okay.
pieces. Yeah.
well, okay, but it is still 4,500 each.
Yes.
yeah. So that'd still be 450 platinum.
Jeez, yeah, I can't carry that much.
Yeah.
Not even close. Hello, Bank of Auvek. Are you open for business?
I mean,
You don't want to pay my interest rates.
I am open for business.
I mean, okay. I was gonna say
Yeah,
the
yeah,
alternative.
haul your money. Just tell me how much I'm hauling.
The alternative is just not having the money, because
Yeah.
I literally can't carry that much.
I could easily carry that, so don't worry about it.
Do you want me to carry your 450 platinum?
Yeah, I'll have you.
No,
You're
they're
already
like
carrying.
10,000.
Yeah, I know, but I'm literally half a pound under my encumbrance right now.
Well, buy
And I've still
some
got
enchanted
over
armor.
400 pounds that I could carry yet, even with Tim's money. So.
I believe you're still carrying some extra ammo for me already, so I'll have you do that too. Thank you.
But, yeah, I think I've got 40 crossbow bolts for you.
Yep.
Now I just have to remember that it's your money and not spend it.
Right.
That would be why I volunteered.
You could put it in your inventory as a separate item. Taela's money, 450 platinum or something like that.
Now, there's an idea.
New fishing tackle's a thing.
Anyway, yeah, do your upgrading. You want
Shopping spree? Is that what I'm hearing?
shopping spree.
I'm trying to see if there's anything we're gonna want for our breakout here.
Is everyone back?
I think so.
Uh-huh.
So you guys are going to head into the market. Is that correct?
I think so.
I believe so, yes.
With our 450.
Yeah, watch your purses, guys.
Okay. Yeah, so
Oops, sorry.
yes, so you head out into the market, and it's kind of like a squished mess. It's there's a bunch of people hawking stuff on the side of the side of the streets here. It's barely enough to pass through. People are like shoving stuff into your face, chickens and kids and food and everything. Everyone make perception checks. Oh, I was really hoping Auvek would fail that.
Oops.
Okay. So you guys kind of navigate to a more open space. Perhaps a little bit lighter than where you were before. But yeah. Yeah, so there's like blacksmiths here, there's armorers. What are you guys looking for?
I want a set of studded leather armor.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit up the blacksmith.
Yeah.
Okay.
Armor.
Armor.
Good. Non-weapon. Staffs.
Okay, so you guys are gonna head to the weapons dealers, armored dealers.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So there's just a couple guys, working around a forge. Saying they're like, give the apprentice your order, and we'll get it done by the end of the day or the end of the night here.
Okay.
One studded leather armor, please.
I'll take a set of leather armor and a silver dagger.
Okay.
All right. How does silvering work? About that.
You can silver a single weapon or 10 pieces of ammunition for 100 GP.
And what does that do?
Makes it,
Okay, I see.
well, imbues it with silver.
Please state for people who aren't looking.
Oh, let's try to
yeah.
ERP.
Yeah, so monsters
some
with
mon-
immunity or resistance to non-magical weapons are susceptible to silver weapons, so cautious adventurers invest extra coin to plate their weapons with silver. So basically, if you run into like something that's resistant to non-magical weapons, but isn't resistant to silvered weapons, it allows you to damage them. There are still presumably some things that need magical weapons, even if it's silvered.
Speaking of magic weapons,
Yeah, that is also a good question, because
That is a good question.
we probably have enough money to potentially afford magic weapons. at this point.
I'm using
You can afford masterwork. You wouldn't be able to purchase magic from anyone here.
Okay, how does masterwork work in this?
Wait,
Rule
actually,
setting.
I don't know if masterwork still exists. There is no masterwork for 5e, I see. Maybe you can afford magic weapons. I should have looked at this.
Yeah, so I think there's like the special magic weapons, but I think there's also like +1, +2 stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In 3.5, a +1 weapon, the enchantment itself for +1 just would have been 1,000 gold. So clearly
Yeah.
that.
I'm okay with that. 1,000 gold for +1.
Okay. I would like a +1 crossbow then.
Okay, and then +2 is going to be 3,000.
Never mind, I would like a +2 crossbow.
Yep. Arm yourselves appropriately. I'll trust you guys not to cheat, and if you do, rocks will fall on your head.
So, and this is stuff that we won't have for tonight, or that we will?
You should, yes.
Does a +1 crossbow add 1/2 damage and 2 hit?
It did in the other editions. I can't say for sure that it does in this one.
Would a quarterstaff masterwork cost the same?
Yeah, it's going to be the masterwork, or it's going to be the cost of the item plus the enchantment is going to be 1,000, 3,000, 5,000, etc., etc.
If I want to sell old weapons, is the way to do that as well.
Normally half the price of half the market price. I don't know if that's the way else to do it though.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear the question. What?
Selling old weapons.
Selling old weapons?
Yeah.
Half, quarter of the market price.
Yeah, woof.
You guys just got a massive influx of cash.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and sell some stuff I've got laying around. It's gonna be pennies compared to.
Okay, well, I'm going to be basically broke after this, but that's fine.
That will be. I will BRB.
Okay, I have 16 gold pieces left.
Is there a place for armor on character sheets?
Your inventory. Otherwise, no. Your armor class calculation is just whatever your AC of your armor is plus any bonuses you get.
Okay.
So, it's still pretty easy to keep track of, which I think is why they don't have a calculation for it.
Alright, for those that are still here, a young gentleman approached me with some supposedly magic cards for 200 gold. And I don't need gold, so I took him up on it. And so I have these cards,
That are
like
supposedly
tarot
magical.
cards, that are supposedly magical. But you all may be able to
I'll
get something out of this that I
actually.
cannot.
I'm gonna detect magic on them.
Okay, you sense a very powerful magic.
Holy shit! Yeah, those are magical. I don't know what they do, but those are definitely magic.
Well,
let's
let's just
find a
hope it's not a
place where
curse.
safety.
Can you talk to it?
What?
Yeah.
Is it that magical?
Are they sentient? Is what he's asking.
Oh, you say some words to it. The deck does not respond.
Okay.
Like what? Well, I will hold on to him.
Yeah, I would
That
say
would be
this
good
is
for
one.
playing cards tonight, at least.
Yeah, I don't see any way that could go wrong if they're cursed. Playing
Well, but
cards
if they're
and-
not,
Well, yeah, but we have no idea if they're not cursed.
yeah,
Is there
that's a problem.
Taela, is there a place in the city we could go?
I think Taela's
Does
AFK.
someone know? No. Well, I will ask her that when she gets back.
Alright, I'm back. I do have pizza, and so we need to get it in about 5 minutes. But other than that,
Well, Elaris has some pretty impressive news here.
oh,
Yeah, so I was buying my quarterstaff. This little kid came up to me and sold me a deck of magic cards for 200 gold. And I had Josh confirmed. Or rather, Josh confirmed.
Yeah, I used
But
to
right
check magic
now-
on them, and they are, yeah, they're magical.
We don't
So
know what
we'll
kind of
see.
magic.
uh,
And so I'm
Well,
wondering if there's a place in the city that we can take these to either for safekeeping or to get but it's what they are.
I
I mean, they'd
am
safe
sure
with-
there is, and I'm sure I know about it.
Yes, Tim, tell us of the place where you would go to get. I'm actually 100% serious. Where would you go if in this world? Like, what do you imagine the kind of people you would interact with that would be able to check that out?
Is there a trader who deals in magical artifacts that I would consider trustworthy?
Sure. Let me make up a name.
Maybe a fence for magic items.
I never stole anything magical
Oh,
because I did not want people to come looking for me. I mean, what? Thief? No. Just a
One sec.
musician, sir.
Tim, how much of your money that I'm carrying did you spend?
300 of the platinum. Thank you, by the way.
No problem.
Okay, yeah, this +2 glaive is going to be a great investment.
Okay, so you're familiar with a trader by the name of Hikari Minato, who, like, is sort of like a pseudo mystic, or like fancies himself as a mystic, that deals with magical items.
How do you spell that? H-A-K-A-R-I.
Hikari, yes.
Tanata.
Yes, Pinatu.
Good grief, I spelled mystic, like... Never mind.
Alright, I'm laying on my bed. Yeah, so yes. Is everyone geared up? Did you buy all your gear?
yep.
Yep.
Have my staff.
Your magic stick.
Not even magic. The quarterstaff.
Oh.
So there is a +2 thing that you can get. Nice, okay. Alright, what is the plan now?
I guess we're
Well,
going
we
to go inspect these cards. I say we still have time to do that before.
Sure.
issue
I mean,
come in.
The execution doesn't happen until tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, actually, tomorrow at high noon.
What time is it now?
Pizza beer beam.
It is like 7 p.m.
Is the
Okay.
executioner named McCree?
He is now.
Character is slowly beginning to look more like her character portrait.
Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Ba-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? Alright. Oh, that would have been a good opportunity to sing sea shanties when we were on the ship.
Yes.
Has everyone else finished shopping?
I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm done, yeah.
I bought literally 2 things and it cost all but 16 of my gold.
I'm back, sorry. Except for the fire alarm and had to deal with that.
Oh dear.
Well done.
You're supposed to cook the pizza, not burn it.
Well, I prefer my pizza basically burnt, so it's a fine line.
Yeah, still not as bad as Forrest, who apparently prefers his water basically burnt.
Hey, that was just one time.
That wasn't it twice.
Pretty sure it was twice.
It might have been twice.
Okay, I'm back now, I promise.
We're gonna go get those cards appraised.
Alrighty.
So, lead on, Taela?
Yes.
Right, I lead on.
So you weave through the little alleyways and shit until you reach a familiar back alley with a small black door. The black door is smoking, very strangely.
Okay. Apparently, Elaris is hitting it with his quarterstaff.
Don't mind me.
Elaris knocks on the door with his quarterstaff and puts a small dent in it. You hear a voice from the back shout, "Come in, come in. Welcome, travelers."
Say hello.
As the door opens, you're hit with a waft of very strong-smelling incense.
Yeah,
A
Constitution saves.
A small man smoking a very long pipe pokes his head up from behind a counter.
Is it Phineas?
It is not Livius, no.
Or Livius, whatever. That'd be hilarious.
Whatever happened to him, anyway?
That would be the quickest I ever exited a shop.
Wandering around.
Neat. Yeah. Elaris?
Sorry, what?
The cards? You have them?
Yes. I have these cards. I'm trying to figure out what they are.
Okay. He grabs them and he shuffles out from behind the counter and grabs them from you and shuffles back behind his counter, and then grabs a pair of very comically large glasses. And takes one look and makes a warding sign with his hand.
That's good.
He turns to you and he's like, "Do you know what these are?"
No, that's why we're asking you.
I feel like I'm actually going to use my divine sense. I probably should have done this when we first saw them.
Yeah, it doesn't register as evil.
Okay, that's good.
Yes. Yes. And okay. Yeah. So he takes one look and he's like, "These cards. How familiar are you with tarot cards?" They're used to predict the future, right?
Mm-hmm. Ish.
These cards.
I'm fairly familiar. Yeah.
These cards make your future, be it good or bad.
Oh, that is dangerous. Okay.
So how
And
much
that's
they
all
worth?
no one's gonna buy these.
Oh.
No sane person would own these.
Sorry, Nick.
And with that, he puts them back in your hand and shuffles you out of his shop.
Get away from me.
Alright, well, I think that went well.
Alright, so cards tonight.
No.
I think we're going to be playing solitaire.
Give it to the dwarves.
Forrest, are you feeling lucky, punk?
Yeah, I am not comfortable with that at all.
Yes. So yeah. What's the plan?
Alright. So this stockade, is it something we could disguise ourselves to get into?
Not very easily. You'd have to have guard outfits essentially from the city guard.
Alright.
Where do they keep those?
Might be a few damp ones by the ship we blew up.
The ship is probably crawling with investigators.
Where do they buy them from?
By what?
Uniforms.
Uniforms.
Is there a laundromat nearby?
Presumably they have armorers that work for the guard that build the armor themselves.
Makes sense.
But actually, is there a place where they go to clean their armor, or do they do their own maintenance, etc.?
It would be in the stockades itself, yeah. So it's good, because there's gonna be a guard barracks where they're gonna do most of the maintenance and everything. Yes.
Do I know of any ways we could try to sneak in without disguises? Sewers again?
There's no sewer entrances. There's actually only one entrance, and it's a large metal gate, and then it leads to a stairwell that would lead you down into the bottom level where all of the, and then a long hallway where all of the prisoners are kept.
Would I be able to sneak in, pass without trace? Some of my shadow step abilities.
I mean, the gate would have to be open first, and there's only one entrance, so it would definitely
what I'm
be
asking.
difficult.
So, you know that there's only really one entrance. It's generally guarded by a small group of guards there's an alarm bell. There's alarm bells everywhere that you would find like guard posts. So there's an alarm bell, and then probably at least 5 guards outside of the stockade at any time. You're not sure how many would be down in the stockade itself.
Where are prisoners normally executed? Like, is it right next to the stockade, or is it like in a town square that's separate somewhere?
It is in the town square that is separate. Yes.
Okay, how far is that from the stockade?
And how well guarded are prisoners as they're taken there?
Mm-hmm.
They would be taken in an armored wagon. No, they'd be taken on a wagon. It wouldn't be armored, and then there'd probably be small, probably 5 to 10 guards around the prisoner at any time.
Okay, so what we could do, we could try and stage some diversion that could force the wagon into like a back alley where we could ambush it. That would probably be the quote-unquote easiest method. If we can basically find a place that's secluded to force the wagon in to, and then just have to deal with the guards by the wagon. That'd probably be the easiest way.
How would we force them to do that?
It depends on what roads they're going through. If they're going through anything resembling a market area, we could just have a wagon of our own that we tip over in the middle of the street. Or actually, any street that the wagon's going through, we could do that. Just have oh look, there was an accident here somehow. You're gonna have to take this back alley.
Are there any windows to the stockade?
No. There are no. It's only lit by torches down there. It's underground, so there's no
How
windows
far underground?
Probably 20 feet.
Okay. Are there drains?
There would be a central drain, but it would also be guarded by a grate, presumably.
And there's no sewer under it, so
Yeah, it's very difficult to break in or out of this place. Except for the direct entrance.
Yeah, so I think our options are, I think we basically have 3 options here. Storm the stockade, and hope we can take on however many guards are there, and also penetrate the structure without getting killed. Ambush the wagon on its way to the execution, or attack at the execution itself. Those are the 3 choices I think we have.
3 certainly has style points on its side.
It also is a great way to blow any chance we had of getting out of this incognito. So I think 3 would probably be... 3 and 1 would probably not get my vote, just because 1's most likely to get us killed, and 3 we're likely to lose any anonymity we might have gained by having the ship explosion deflected onto the dwarves.
Yeah, so what's our goal? Are we gonna keep hanging out with the dwarves?
I think we need to at least free them. We got them into that
Yeah.
mess.
Yeah, that's
Whether they'll want to keep hanging out with us once they learn that we accidentally framed them for probably grand treason, you know.
Yeah, I wasn't going to tell them that, personally, but...
I mean, I assume they're not idiots.
Really?
I mean, they've been helping us.
I mean, they bought our claim that we were the general's personal guard, so...
Yeah, because they already trusted us.
Yeah.
Elaris, Auvek, any thoughts?
I still like my original plan of busting in and just releasing like everyone, but
Little attention as we draw to ourselves is the best course of action right now.
Okay. So try ambushing the ladder. Or wagon. Just where to get a ladder from.
Do you know anyone who can control the weather? Probably not. Taela.
I don't know. Do I?
Do you know the mutant storm? Is that what you're asking?
Or, like, a really high-level mage, I guess.
I mean,
No.
I'm assuming I don't know that. No,
No, there will be no free high-level mages in this world.
now does that deck of cards have weather cards in it?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Just
but
draw
it's-
cards.
It's a tarot deck. Like, if you're going to use the cards, it'd be complete chance whether we got, like, a future predicted where we free the doors or a future predicted where we all die. Like, those are...
I believe in hearts.
You don't play astrology.
I'm just going to say, if we use those cards, I'm out. I'm not doing a mission where we use those cards because
What if just some of us use the cards?
I'm staying away from you because you're... Like, if I'm with you, whatever future you get from those could also affect me, and I'm not going with that.
Well, but the card would tell you, right?
Once
We're getting off track here
Yeah, no,
pretty
yeah.
badly.
Well,
Forget
that's
weather. Let's just figure out our roadblock.
Okay, so I think we should probably ask the Riotist if we could borrow if we could obtain any, like, a wagon or something to help, unless someone has money left to buy one, which is also possible.
I do, but I think I'd prefer to steal it just so it doesn't get traced back to us.
Yeah, that's a better idea.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So we could steal a wagon too. That'd probably be fairly easy at night. The hard part would be getting into position. Unfortunately,
Well,
I can't.
Stetson,
Pardon me?
what is the path to the between the stockade and the Plaza de Execution look like? Would there be a place where they would be fairly isolated without any intervention from us?
No, you'd probably have to. You'd definitely have to put up some sort of blockade. It wouldn't. There wouldn't be like a back alley that they're naturally going to go through. They're going to take a main street unless, like, it's blocked by a crowd or something, or a couple of wagons.
We could cause a riot.
That would also be an option. That would probably be harder to do though, not knowing if there's anything that the people in that area actually have to riot about.
Wait until they're getting close and then throw gold out on the streets.
Yeah, honestly.
So that's a potentially good idea. Is there like poor population that congregates in those streets regularly?
Well, the population is going to be coming to see the execution, and gold is always going to interest someone.
Okay. So there would probably be plenty of people lining the streets in advance just because they want to see the wagon on the way if they aren't able to get good spots for the execution itself. So that would be a possibility. How reliable do you think that would actually be? Like, would that get enough people for them to, like, either not just force their way through or wait for it to pass?
Think like France in the 1800s during an execution. It's going to be a massive crowd. Or Game of Thrones and like Cersei shaming. Think that.
Well, I could, do both. Tip the wagon over as plan A, and if that doesn't work, throw money everywhere. Okay.
So,
Sure, why not?
Sorry, what? I didn't catch that.
You said 2 wagons, I believe.
2 wagons, and then also stuff to put in the wagon, so it looks like it's an actual accident and not just, these are obviously barricades.
And do we want it to be 2 wagons crashing into each other, or do we want it to be a wagon that's overturned?
I think like a wagon that's overturned somehow. Like a large, if we can find a wagon large enough to block the street on its own, I think that would be ideal. Because if we have 2 wagons that crash into each other, we'd probably need like 2 horses or something as well.
Yeah.
We have Auvek.
I'm gonna
would not
want
suggest recommending that we leash him to a wagon. I don't think that would go well.
I also would rather not leave one of our heavy hitters away from the actual ambush site.
I mean, those. Okay, well, first things first. I know where I could steal a pair of wagons.
There will probably be wagons outside of the bar at night because people are going to be parking in there. Yes.
Is there another bar I can steal from? I want to steal from my friend's patrons.
Sure. Any bar in the area would be there would be a wagon stabled there.
Message received.
Okay. That seems to be our plan of attack.
Alright.
I'm game. And ready to go.
Objections, questions, comments?
Nope.
None.
Good, we've spent much too long time talking about this already. I go steal wagons, I guess.
I'll go with. Honestly, we should all probably just go with for this. Like, I don't see a reason to split the party for this unless there's other things we need to do.
You steal the wagon successfully.
Awesome. I mean, stealing from a bar, they're probably drunk and, pre-gaming for the execution.
Wants us to move along.
Yeah. I'm just giving lore explanation.
Alright, let's get ready to set up our ambush then, and I guess we wait for the time.
Yeah.
Can we assume that these wagons happen to be, like, laden with supplies already?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. I super don't want to, like, add any more, like, complex to this. You guys just spent, like, 20 minutes talking about stealing wagons.
Hey, that's less time than it took us to plan the ship explosion last session, so...
Haven't done it yet.
That's true.
progress.
Okay. So yeah, I guess we can probably do a long rest for the night and then get up and do our thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you go back to the bar, presumably?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Tim, as you enter the bar, oh god, what's her name? Shivali immediately brings you a drink.
Oh, God. I take it and thank her.
She winks and she's like, "That one's special. I made sure not to get the normal death stuff, deadly stuff. I saw that you didn't like the other stuff.
Ah, thank you. I sip it cautiously.
She winks at you and like, "Why don't we go up to your room?" Wink.
Oh my god.
I knew
I-
flaw was going to be a bad idea.
I
go with her.
I
Too late. I go with her.
well, I was gonna actually just make eye contact with the others and kind of motion to break off and go to our rooms, and leave you alone with her. So.
So go to another channel. We're
Tim
acting
left
this
your
out.
channel and switched to panic room on Esta.
Be right back. We're gonna make Tim very uncomfortable.
Stetson left your channel and switched to panic room on Esta.
What are you doing in my room, Auvek? Yes.
Trying to clear away from Tim's character.
Yeah, I guess better question is what are they doing in your room?
Yep.
Go to sleep. Or attempt to go to sleep.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's the plan.
Someone moved him back down here. Actually, I don't think I have that power.
Poke him.
Tim was moved to your channel anti-panic room on
Okay.
Esta.
So as you all lay down to rest, everyone make
Thank you, Nick.
make perception checks.
I have to listen to this game too. Good. My neighbors started going at 1:30 in the morning last night. Really loudly. Sometimes.
Okay. So Tali and Taela, as you're sleeping, well, Taela not as much sleeping, I guess, but as
If you know what I mean.
are wink, as you are sleeping, you start to smell what smells like smoke.
I go open my door and peer out, see if I can see the source of it from here.
Yeah, you can definitely see the source. The entire bar is on fire, including the upper level.
Holy shit. Okay, is there room to get down to the is there fire in between me and the other people's rooms?
Yeah, so there's fire and falling logs and shit, all in this upper levels.
Okay. Is there
you're not sure if it's downstairs.
Is there a window in my room?
There is a window, yes.
Okay. I tie a rope quickly to my bed and then throw it out the window and climb down.
Okay. As you are climbing down the window, 1 second here.
Because I'm going to assume that the rest of my comrades, I can't go through fire. That's
Yep.
the thing I have.
Make another perception check.
Everyone or just Josh?
You guys haven't noticed the fire yet.
And I
Oh shit.
You guys notice nothing. Yeah. So,
Wait, the other two need to roll yet.
No, they don't. It was just
no,
me.
yeah.
Oh, my bad.
So not only do you not notice anything, but you're actually sort of in a panic, so you can't, it's just chaos. And you are sort of confused as to what to do. So yeah, what is your next steps, Tali?
So I've presumably climbed out of the window and I've made it down. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So looking back, I'm assuming the entire building is just on fire. I'm like here
Yes.
right now. Okay, I'm going to go around to this window. Is there a window here in their room, I assume?
Yeah. It's going to be on the same. Yeah, it's going to be the
Second
same
floor?
sort of way. Yeah.
Okay. Shit, I was gonna buy some daggers and I completely forgot. That would have been useful here. Inventory.
What is your armor rating right now, assuming that you've taken your armor off to sleep?
Shit. I mean, I would have grabbed all that before I left. So it's in my bag, but
Okay.
And honestly, I probably would have put my breastplate on at the very least before coming over here. I wouldn't take the time to don everything, but I would put my breastplate on.
Yeah, I will accept the breastplate.
So that would be
added
15. That makes it easier for me because
15?
I have no idea how to calculate base armor class otherwise. So if 15.
Oh, 1 second. Yeah, so as you are, so you're like making you're like throwing rocks through the window?
If there are rocks to throw, yeah, I would throw a rock
Yeah.
at the window.
Okay, so as you're, yeah, okay. So as you're like throwing rocks at the window or throwing like chunks of like shit from buildings that is broken off, probably more likely, you see an arrow whiz just past your nose.
Holy shit. Okay. I guess I turn around and draw my glaive and try and see where it came from.
And lo and behold, there is a small halfling who looks very familiar aiming a crossbow at you.
What the shit?
All right,
Taela?
and the rest of you are now awake, and on fire. Take. Let me figure out how to do fire damage real quick. Okay, so everyone who is in the room on fire right now, make dexterity checks.
Wow. Rip.
Yep.
Okay, Auvek, you take 9 points of fire damage because a flaming log falls on your head.
Fantastic.
Because you're massive, however, it just kind of breaks and you're left there kind of disgruntled.
And yeah.
Everyone roll initiative.
So, get the initiative thing up.
Oh, right, yes. Wait. No one roll initiative. Stop rolling initiative.
Sorry, bad roller.
And then make sure you have your character selected when you roll too.
Oh, yes, okay. Select your character, roll initiative.
God damn it, Tim.
Oh, fuck. Okay, this will be fun. Man, I love this actually. All right. So Tim, make an attack roll at advantage. Holy shit. Okay.
That hits, not crit, thankfully.
Yeah, and then roll damage.
Yep.
13 damage.
This is not a sneak attack.
Yeah, no, it's not. Like
I think it actually would have been on 3.5. We don't want it to be a sneak attack somewhere.
I got a question just out of character really quick.
Yeah.
I've got on my character sheet, I've got the quarterstaff up and ready to go, but I can only get attack rolls. I can't do damage. How does that roll work?
So if you see, if you scroll up to where you did those attacks, which is a while ago, you see underneath the rolls, there's the name plus 2 quarterstaff. You click on that, it'll do your damage rolls. So it won't automatically do damage rolls. You have to actually
okay, thank you.
hit with the attack, and then you...
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right. So it is now Enialis. I believe that's you. Yes.
No, it's Elaris.
Thanks. Elaris, then.
All right. So what do I know? What do I see?
Someone is throwing rocks through your window, and the place is on fire. That is what you know.
I make my way over to the window, and
Okay.
How big of a drop is it from where I am?
It's only a second level, so what is second level normally, like 10 feet? 12 feet? Something like that?
Right around there.
Well, I have slow fall, so I can reduce any
'Cause of
falling
course you do.
damage.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't take full damage from that height then. Pretty sure.
Yeah, no. You don't need to slow fall. You can just make it down safely.
Okay. I do that, and I survey the area. I look for the person who's throwing rocks.
Okay. Presumably, you see Setalli and Taela facing off, and you're down here now. Boop.
Did I see that Taela attacked Setalli?
Nope.
Do I know that?
Nope. You just see that their weapons are raised. Setalli has her shield up, and Taela has her crossbow up.
I don't have a shield anymore. I just have glaive.
Setalli has an. Okay, then you have an arrow in your shoulder.
Okay. I'm going to assume that's protect. Oh, right, yeah, because
It's not terribly like threatening or anything. It's you're a tough lady, but yeah, there's a 13. Yes.
I forgot that actually did hit. I was thinking of the first one. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So do I roll perception to see that? Well, I see that Setalli was attacked, though, right?
Yes, you see that Setalli was attacked.
Okay, so I run up next to Setalli into more of a defensive. I don't attack.
Okay.
But I set myself up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like if I am okay, I'll delay my action. Yeah.
Okay, Auvek, how are you responding to a burning log crashing on your forehead?
I'm going to groan.
Auvek's grumpy.
Then I am going to jump out the window.
Okay. You land right here. Nearly landing on top of a very confused monk.
Good thing you moved, Nick.
Indeed.
What would you like to do?
And I see everyone has their weapon drawn, so I draw my weapon.
Okay.
And stop there.
Okay. Tali, it's your turn.
Okay. Talking is still free action, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I try and just kind of ask Taela what's going on to see if there's any response, like at all. Like, does she actually respond to me when I ask her what's going on?
All you can see is a burning hatred.
Okay. In that case, I am going to assume that this is not normal behavior for her, and that something is amiss. So I'm going to try and... How does disarming work in this game?
Grapple. Let me check.
Well, what if I want to, like, knock the weapon out of her hand?
Yes. D&D 5e, lack of general disarming. What? A creature can use a weapon attack to knock a weapon or other item from the target's grasp. The attacker must make an attack roll contested by the target's strength check or dexterity check. If the attacker wins the contest, the attacker causes no damage or other ill effect, but the defender drops the item. So make an attack roll via against Taela's dexterity roll.
Okay. Actually, in that case,
Try not to metagame.
What? Well, I mean, I'm not metagaming so much as knowing how the mechanics of disarming work. What time of day is it? Like, is it still night or is it morning?
The middle of the night. Yep.
I'm just weighing the costs and benefits of knocking her out. I'm probably gonna need to. Okay, how does grappling work?
It's strength versus strength or dexterity, I think. Or, actually, Chris, you should know this.
Do you know grappling works, Chris?
Well, last time we did grappling, we just rolled athletics.
Okay. Initiative.
At least that's what I did in the bar fights.
You did.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it's strength contested by strength or dexterity.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I think. Man.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to attack. Gonna do non-lethal, obviously.
Okay.
I think that'll be the easiest way to resolve this.
Oh, that would have actually been a good thing to know. Okay. I want to go back a turn now, though. That was bad DMing. I assume that connects with you. Right.
Okay. So
Okay.
And that's non-lethal slashing. So
14 non-lethal slashing. Does that kill you?
No.
Okay. Roll a wisdom check.
Me or him?
Taela.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, he uses the look on that.
Oh my gosh,
Very disgruntled small halfling now. Taking quite a bit of damage, but otherwise unfazed.
Okay. Well, I'll use my bonus attack then.
Okay.
How about that?
Another 10
I
damage.
am unconscious.
Woo!
Okay. Make another wisdom check. Well, she's unconscious.
Okay, but the combat's over, so that's...
The combat is over, yes. There is still the issue of a half-elf in a burning tavern, though.
And presumably anyone else. So I'm going to turn to Elaris and Auvek, I guess, and say, okay, so I've, like, have no idea what happened here. Woke up, everything was on fire, came down, Taela attacked me. She's unconscious now, so we can figure out what's going on with that later. I'm going to tie her up. Auvek, I want you to keep an eye on her. Elaris, I want you to go up and get Enialis and make sure he doesn't die, because that'd be bad. And I'm going to go see if I can find any other survivors in the tavern.
Okay.
Sound
Okay. We'll go back to the tavern here. And it's pretty much empty because it's the middle of the night. You guys are the only patron or people sleeping there. But Iliope and the bartenders are putting out the fire.
Oh, good.
Seemingly very successful. Everyone. Yeah, Taela, sure, go ahead. Everyone but Auvek and Taela, because you're presumably still outside. Yeah, Auvek, Taela.
Should just move to a different channel since I'm unconscious.
No, you can stick around. Cause yeah. So everyone else move their characters onto the thing.
Except for Auvek and Taela.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yes. Presumably you make your way downstairs as they're fighting the fire.
Okay.
As you guys do that, Chevali sees you guys and runs away.
Okay, I immediately run after her. 1 second here. Okay, and I'm going to use... Just read this one more time here. Okay, yeah, perfect. So basically, she has to make a wisdom saving throw. If she fails, her speed is reduced to 0. And if she succeeds, her speed is halved for 1 minute.
Okay, let me make sure. Okay.
I don't remember. So I think the saving throw for these would just be against my wisdom or my charisma, right? I think that's how that works.
Yes, I believe so. Should be 10 plus your charisma.
Yeah, so it'd be 13.
Okay. She slows down, but doesn't stop.
Okay. I will keep chasing after her then, wherever she is.
Okay.
I should be gaining on her now because she's moving at half speed.
Yeah. So as you exit the tavern and see her running down the street, she sprouts wings and begins to fly away.
Son of a bitch. I can't do anything about that. I don't think.
Can you only do that one per day?
Well, the abjure enemy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I only have one of those per day. And my wings don't work that way, so. Let me just check one thing here.
So yeah, she's sprouting wings and flying off, and she's probably within 10 feet of you. Hint.
Oh, she's within 10 feet of me?
Presumably you're able to move much faster at 30 feet per second than she is at.
Yeah, if she's within 10 feet, then I can actually try and attack her.
Okay.
At melee, so I will do that.
Did anyone else follow Anyone
No,
else
I stayed
follow
inside.
Setalli? Okay.
Yeah, I'm with Enialis.
Sitting on Tim's
That's
character.
probably not gonna hit.
Yep. So that does not hit.
How do bonus attacks work? Can I do that even if I miss my first attack?
That's a good question.
It might be based on my polearm mastery. The skill itself just says when I take an attack action, I can use a bonus action. It doesn't say that it has to hit.
Yeah. So if it says it when you take an attack, so you did take an attack action. So yeah, I'm gonna allow it.
God damn it. Well,
that doesn't hit either.
No.
Well. And Taela is not currently on your side, so you can't. She can't re-roll your.
Nope.
Also unconscious.
Yeah.
Also that.
All right. Well, she cackles off into the distance, I guess.
Wait, one more thing. Nope, never mind. That would only work if I hit. So I think. Plus that's a 7th level skill that I don't have yet. So never mind. Nope. Yep, she's gone.
She gone. All right. Regroup.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Yeah, I'll just have to hope that we can get answers from Taela when she comes to. Is hopefully in a better mood. Okay, so I'm gonna help put out the fire then once I'm back.
You know, they missed the threshold by 2. Like if they'd rolled any worse, they would have.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yep. Yeah. So you guys put out the fire. There's a significant amount of damage upstairs, but most of downstairs is still fine. Calliope is like, what the fuck is going on?
Okay, I'll go over and talk to her since I know she's not terribly approving of the male members of my group. So that how well do you know Shivali?
I hired her on like 2 weeks ago. She seemed like a nice enough girl.
Yeah, so here's what I'm pretty sure happened. Best I can figure, just based on what has happened so far, she drugged Taela with something last night that caused her to go berserk and attack me. And then either Taela, under the influence of whatever that was, or her, set the place on fire. And also, so when I came in, she saw me and just ran, so I chased after her, and she sprouted wings and flew away. Quite literally.
Well, if I ever get my hands on her, I'm gonna rip those wings off and shove them up her ass.
That,
well said.
Yeah.
Well said.
Do you know of any, like, drugs or anything that would cause that? I saw her handing Taela a drink last night before they went off together.
She shakes her head and is like, I'm not familiar with any that would make someone suggestive. Just pass out.
Okay. Well, do you have everything under control here? Because if so, I think we should rouse Taela and have a word with her.
Yeah, I think you should probably do that in here. That way we can lock the door.
Yep, I agree. So I'll
and with that, she draws a massive club out from underneath the bar. She draws a great club out from underneath the bar.
Equivalent of shotgun. I like it. Okay. So I guess go get Auvek and bring him and Taela in here.
So you've got Taela tied up, I assume.
Yes, that was going to be what I would say next.
Okay. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Annoyance.
Okay.
So yeah, we I guess rouse her if we can, and if actually no, I can just I'm just gonna do a point of lay on hands to get her awake enough to talk.
Okay. She has 1 hit point, and she's conscious. But still very clearly murderous.
Okay, so that also means that healing magic didn't cure that, which is good to know.
Hello?
Hello?
Are you there?
No response, just she spits in your general direction.
Okay, I'm gonna use Divine Sense first. So detecting evil, is there any evil influence on her?
Actually, Tim, do you want to roleplay your character? I feel kind of bad. I don't want to, like, roleplay your character for you.
No, I think this makes sense for me.
Okay. Yeah, there's definitely evil. The noxious odor. Open your awareness until the end of your next turn. Your location of any. Yes. So you get the very strong sense that was a succubus.
Oh, good. What do I know about succubi?
Would you have any knowledge?
I might. I mean, I grew up in a chapel, so it's possible that would have been part of my education, but I don't actually know if it would or not.
Yeah.
So I could roll
knowledge.
Yeah, this will be religion, I guess, for me. Oh, perfect. I guess I do.
Okay. Yes. You do know that the succubus charms its victims, and generally they cannot be broken out of that except by damage, or if the succubus tells them to kill themselves, they can choose to resist. And that they can shapeshift into any sort of small or medium humanoid, in this case, a young elf woman, and they have a telepathic bond with the charmed person.
Okay. So basically, we have to beat the thing out of her. Is what I'm getting?
We already did.
No, we didn't. Like, she failed the wisdom checks, so we need to beat her more.
I have 3 healing potions.
This is not the intention. You also know that the charm doesn't last forever and lasts about 24 hours.
Well, we can't wait that long if we want to save the dwarves. So we're gonna have to go with that.
Or we could try to find someone who could pay to remove it instead of beating her.
Yes.
Well, I'm not sure we can actually. Like, where do you Because the. Okay, so is this something that a priest could remove, or a cleric?
Potentially, but you're not super familiar with the temples in the area, neither is Calliope.
Okay. Because otherwise our only other option is to find a wizard in a country where magic is outlawed.
Yeah. You might might actually know temples. Yes. Pardon me.
What would I roll?
I exposed some people. No, you wouldn't need to roll anything. You'd just be like, I know where to find. I'm generally familiar with what a temple of.
Yeah, so that'd be you, Elaris, presumably, since you're a monk.
Yep. Well, I know. What do I know?
You know.
Where's the closest?
What's your deity? What's your? Do you have a deity you're just generally familiar with?
Are you talking to me?
No, he's talking to Elaris.
Okay, sorry.
I do. I don't remember where I wrote it down though.
Yeah, get some water as long as I'm essentially catatonic.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you'd be like, yeah, let's take her to the temple of which deity grouping did we use?
You mean like which world
Forgotten
stages?
Realms.
Yeah, Forgotten Realm.
Yeah, because I have Lathander and Tyr. Tyr's what I'm currently following.
Let me figure out who is the god of healing.
Lathander's god of life, whatever that's worth.
Technically, Alexander's the god of rebirth.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of a different goddess. Timora's luck.
My particular, I know my particular god was god of knowledge. I remember that. Was that Ogma? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Probably,
yeah. You probably want to take them to the Tyr or Torm. Tyr or Torm should be able to do that. Yeah, let's take them to the god of Tyr. Or the, god of justice. Tyr should be able to assist with that.
Which I would be potentially likely to
Or,
know.
no, Lathander, excuse me. Yes, you're right.
And I would almost certainly know where a Temple of Lathander was if there is one near the city. Or in the city.
Yes.
I'm gonna stay here at the end.
There's a large central temple with monks from many gods. Yes, so you should be able to take them there and find a priest of Lathander.
All right.
Okay. So who is all coming? I'll go since I'm familiar with that place.
Yep. I'm going.
I'm assuming that I am the pack mule, so I'll carry her.
Okay.
All right, everyone but the not mage.
The totally not
Enialis.
mage. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, you pack her up and you take her there, and as you walk in, Initiate runs up to you. He's like, "How can we? It's the middle of the night. How can we assist?"
This halfling has been seduced by a succubus, and we need to cleanse her as quickly as possible.
Oh dear. So he runs off and he grabs several different priests actually, and they all come over and they're like nodding over and they're like, we can deal with this, but it's going to take several hours.
No, we don't really have a choice, so let's. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So it's like a little after midnight, like 1 a.m. right now. And they're like, you guys can rest. We can bring you food. We can bring you bread and water if you need food. But this is going to take some time.
Okay. Well, I mean, we have until like close to noon tomorrow morning, so we should still be able to get like a long rest in until 8 a.m. and then, hopefully make it in time.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, you guys spend the next couple hours getting a rest here at the temple, eating stale bread and drinking water, and doing your things, unless you guys have other things you want to attend to here.
I also healed Taela back to full health before we took our rest.
Okay. Yeah, Taela, you're, and they walk out, and there's a very, actually, is Tim even here?
Yep.
Okay, they walk out, and Taela, looking definitely worse for the wear, but otherwise healthy, and a little confused, is back.
Do I remember?
Not much. You're kind of, it's all kind of fuzzy. It's like a brownout.
Can I ask, like, I'll ask you what the last thing you remember was? And hopefully Stetson will tell you.
You remember everything we went over before you became charmed, so...
I remember going back to my what's your face?
Chevalier. And that's it?
I remember stealing wagons.
Okay, well, yeah, but I mean, as...
It's all blurry and it doesn't feel right.
Okay, well, it turns out that she was a succubus. So I don't know if that was... I don't know why she targeted you. Could potentially have been related to whatever happens back on the new continent. But, yeah, so she seduced you and burned down part of the tavern. Everyone's fine. Libby's okay. We got everyone else out okay, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, you had kind of a rough time of it.
Taela is even more depressed.
Don't worry about it. It was, well, I mean, maybe worry a little bit, but there was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault. We let you go with her. I mean, it's as much ours as yours. I'm a paladin. I should have been able to tell that she was a succubus.
Taela just nods.
Okay. Well, it's morning. We've still got a few hours, but if you're still up for it, those dwarves still need our help.
So I'll have to be.
Okay, so we'll head back, I guess, and pick up Enialis and set up the ambush. Oh, and I think the on the way out, I think the priests for their help and donate 10 of my remaining 16 gold for their services.
You shall be able to buy much bread and water with this.
Okay.
Alright, I'm being summoned. So I think I'm gonna have to cut it a little bit short here now, but we have stuff ready for the next time we play. If you guys want that to be next weekend or 2 weekends from now, it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next weekend won't work for me. I'll be
Okay.
gone.
Yep. So weekend after that, I guess.
Unless we do, well, if we do it later Sunday, but
have to be pretty late on Sunday. Don't know what time I'm getting back.
I don't either.
But yeah,
I just follow.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat as a session, but
yeah,
I hope it didn't like ruin your time, Tim.
It was okay. It was not overly enjoyable, but it was interesting. I thought it was well done.
Okay. And then next time we'll do Saving the Dwarves.
All right.
Okay.
All right.